Mine's saying this meeting is being recorded.
I got it. I had to do it on my Mac. We're good.
Oh, okay. So your Mac is the host. All right.
I guess so. Yeah, it's being recorded. We're good.
We're good. Okay. I'm consenting to being recorded. All right, it's 9 a.m., so we're going to go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. It is a Friday, it is sunny, and we are in phase 4 as a state, so that is very exciting on all accounts. My name is Amy Julian. I'm the director for the Illinois Center for Specialized Professional Support at Illinois State University. I have not been able to be with you the last couple of weeks because of meeting duplication, but I am with you just this morning to go over a couple things. The first item that I want to go over with you is that today will be the last of the Microsoft Teams trainings that we're providing for OET. And then mid-morning around 10 a.m., you're going to receive a survey. I will send it out to those of you whose emails are registered. I'll send it out to the emails that I have, and then I'll also ask Diane to send that out to everyone. One of the things that what we want to know is how you like the content that was presented both in May and June. And in addition to that, what are other topics you would like to see us present in the fall? We do understand that there was an issue with the GoToMeeting platform, and we have moved to Zoom last week and this week. We're going to move to Zoom moving forward. So we're really looking for input on the content, input on the presentation, input on what is happening, what you'd like to see moving forward, and kind of to the point of not complaining about the room being cold at a presentation, but looking at the content of the presentation and what you'd like to see, because we have addressed that and will continue to address that. With that being said, I will open the floor to questions or be ready to hand it over to Todd. Any questions about the survey? Any questions about moving forward? As far as I understand from the leadership, we will continue to have online trainings because COVID does prevent us all from being in person. So just keep that in mind when looking at what you'd like to see for upcoming trainings. And I'll pause for a second. Okay, hearing no additional comments. Todd, the floor is yours, and thank you so much for being our presenter for this Microsoft Teams training.
No problem. Thanks, Amy. Good morning, everyone. We are on our final day, our day 4 of the training for Teams. And after today, you guys will all be blessed and be certified Teams officios. So welcome, welcome. Today, I'm going to do, I guess we talked last week about, I'm going to show a few more little tips, and we're going to go over these tips, more or less reviewing what we've been doing. And then we'll save some time at the end. We want to also go over working collaboratively on an assignment or a Word document that's there. So, because that's where a lot of the power is going to come in, and you guys will be doing a lot of that. So we want to make sure your skill level and you're comfortable working on the same document, collaborating with other folks. But I want to go through as like a review for our final test, so to speak. Just some things that are they're called insider tips from Teams. Just some of the major features that, and helpful tips that you may want to use and review as we go along here. First thing you get, I don't know if anyone noticed that my screen or the screen I'm using today looks a lot like yours. Is that correct? What I did, I switched over. I'm on my PC laptop. So now everything will look the same, where these little buttons on the left-hand side are over here for you. We have the close, the expand, and the minimize buttons are all like this. So everything should be just looking exactly like yours. The Mac had a few little different features there, but so now we should be the same. First thing we want to go is using that filter activities, because once you go in your activity and you're working for a year or two, whatever, this is going to be full of different activities going on. So what you can do is find up-to-date or latest conversations and updates you can filtering by @mention. So we can go over here and you can click on the more button, the ellipse, and you can quickly go to @mentions. So anytime it's mentioned with an @ sign, it's going to bring only those things up. And then you can, by here, you can remove it. Clicking on the ellipse, you can also look at anything that's unread. or replies or reactions. If someone actually, does anyone give us some reactions? Yep, we got some thumbs up from people. So you can quickly filter those in your activities. So if you guys can, you guys should have a lot of stuff in there. Why don't you go ahead, click on your activities, click on your filter button, and then either you can type something in by a name over here. Like I'm going to type in Baker to see if I, there we are. I'm going to click, and now boom, it's taking me to stuff where Michael Baker was doing some stuff. And then you can actually close that off, close that filter, or you can use the filter quick things, the unread, mentions, replies, or reactions. So let's go ahead. I'll give you a minute. Let's make sure you can do those filters on your activities. If someone can give me a thumbs up or say, I got it, that was enough time, everyone got, to do it, let me know, someone. Okay, let's move on to our second tip. The document I was using says bookmarking a message or content, but I think they may have changed the wording because you're not bookmarking content. If you're in a chat and the ellipse on somebody, because maybe you want to actually mark as unread because you want to go back to it, make sure you do that. So when I do that, you notice it pops it up to the top, makes it black, and now I can do stuff with it. So that's the reminder. I'm in the chat room. I'm going to go down to Amy here. I'm going to do more options. I'm going to say make unread. Oh, and now it makes it bold. And then when you go to read it or click on it, now it's going to go away. And we just did a little talking there. And Carmen, we did a little talking there. See, now it goes away. So that's a nice way to actually just mark stuff as unread. The other thing, what's nice is up here, you can type in either unread or saved. So if I go and do the unread ones, it's going to bring up stuff that I had unread. It'll bring it over here. I'm going to use my back arrow. And now Michael, I brought his up. So let's go in your chat room. Go ahead, find one of those things, and let's go and mark it as unread. The other thing you can do is you can pin it to the top because maybe that's really important. That's another thing. I don't know if we did that last week, but you can also do that. Just rearrange some things here, maybe pin some to the top because you really want to go back and make sure those are ones you get before you leave today. You want to go back and talk to those folks or jump on the conversation, see what's going on. Let's go ahead and practice your pinning. And then when you can unpin it when you're done. Now it goes back down. So I'll give you a minute now. Let's go over to your side of Teams and practice that, doing the unread. I see Chelsea just sent something. That's nice. I'm gonna mark that as read now. She says this is her first chat. Now you said something back to her. Someone give me either a thumbs up or a pop in and say, yep, that was enough time to go ahead and practice with we're doing our pinning and unpinning to move things around. That's why, because in this chat room or where we are, that's going to really get full as we go along. Likewise, I was in the chat room. The activities, you can do that. We're doing the mark as unread. and some of those same features are going to be in the chat here, mark unread or pinning. So different places you can be doing those things. All right. What's kind of nice is here, right now I'm in a chat. I'm on Chelsea's chat. If you want to give a response to somebody just without really having to respond back, you just remember, do the like symbol or these other things. If I just do a little thumbs up pop, that should now show up over on her side too. So, and now you guys should all see that, but that's just a response back telling the person maybe, hey, I got your message here. Is anyone new here? I think everyone's been here last week. Remember just going over, I guess I should review from the beginning. Remember over, if I click on my teams, these are the teams that I have created, and they can be either done by divisions, by project base, or whatever you want to do. From inside teams, you have channels. By default, the general channel comes in, and then you can create other channels along the way. And then when you respond inside here, they're called messages or posts, and that's what you're doing along here. And when someone sends something, you can actually reply back to them directly in here. Remember, now I'm part of that conversation. They call these conversations in here. I call message. You're posting a message, but this is a conversation now going on right there. So you can always reply back. Remember, when we're going to post a message, a new one, remember we have this, if you want to get fancy, you can click on the A to format. And now we can actually do bolding, italicizing, we can do paragraph, we can do bullet points. We got a lot more text editing capabilities here. You can color the fonts to make it more interesting. You can add a subject here and then start your conversation down here. Remember to do a new conversation, or you can do an announcement. The announcement brings in some type here, so you can say, and then you can, do other things too, but then I'm going to send this one out so we send something new. But that was an announcement. You guys want to go ahead and practice doing an announcement, or let's go ahead and maybe go to our playground, and maybe you can either send another, starting our conversation, or you can reply to somebody. Let's do a little playing around inside, either at the @name or the add a file somewhere in here, or get to know everyone. Remember, people maybe haven't responded in here yet. Let's go ahead and maybe make a response there. Let's get a little chatter going. So I'll give you guys a minute or so. Let's everybody throw something in there to make sure we remember how to do that. Either start a conversation or post back to somebody, reply back to somebody. I see Michael, he says happy Friday. All right. He's in there. Just going along a little more now. Okay, there's a reply back. All right. Keelan replied to Martha. I see Brian got in there. Finally, the weekend is upon us. I don't know about where you guys are all living. I'm in this, Springfield area, but they're predicting rain for the next 2 or 3 days. So that doesn't sound too exciting for a weekend, but it's still a weekend. Has everyone had a chance to do a reply or a response? Let's make sure we get in there and do something someplace. All right. Martha replied back to Keelan's reply. That's good. remember for another review here, remember when I hover over a conversation going on here, the ellipse is over here for more options. Remember, here's something different. You can actually save this message or you can mark as unread. So we're going to see the difference here. I'm going to save this message. You don't really notice what it didn't really do anything, but it's saved. And then down here, let's go up and get this one. Keelan's. And we're going to do this one as unread. So I have a saved one and unread one. Remember, the other thing we can do here is Immersive Reader. Let's go ahead and do that. Remember, it's going to read it for us. Oh, sorry, you're not going to hear that. Oh, yeah.
Martha at Tuesday, June 16th, 2020, 7:28 a.m. Hi, I am Martha McDermott, and I am so happy it's summer, and we can get out of the house. Valenti, Keelan at Friday, June 26th, 2020, 9:14 a.m. At McDermott, Martha, hi Martha. Hope you having a good summer so far. Qualls, Chelsea D. at Friday, June 26th, 2020, 9:14 a.m.
So let's go ahead. If you guys get a chance now, you guys can go ahead and do that. Remember, whichever conversation, you can do a short one if you want to at your place, but remember when you go to a conversation over here, the ellipse, more options, you can either save, mark unread, or you can do the Immersive Reader. I'm gonna click on this translate ones. Well, I forgot what that does. Let's not do that. Give you guys about 30 seconds. If you guys are still doing some, are we still responding down here? I'm going to show you what that unread thing does in a second here. Let's see you. Sounds Michael responding back. Everybody's getting ready for the weekend. So most people feel comfortable working in the teams. Then remember these channels are over here at name, add a file. Those are the channels. Inside channels, that's where our conversations happen. Some people refer to them as messages and also posts, whatever. And then you can actually reply to people. Remember, you can also give them those a lot of people are doing the icons thumbs up. That's good. We're giving the thumbs up. We're responding to that. Now, remember I said something about we have unread. If I go up to my search thing here, I'm in my Teams right now. If I go to unread and click on it, it's going to show the stuff that I marked as unread. And it was Baker. So now I can click on that, and I marked it unread, so now I'm reading it, and now I'm good. And now that should probably go away, I would get. I'm hoping. Let's try that out once. Yep. So now you see it's gone because I read it that time. This time, up in the search bar, I'm going to say my slash. I can either type it in or since I use these quite often, they must just sort of jump there. But here's my saved. Notice I clicked a lot of stuff over there. Well, before you guys got in here. But see how these are all my saved, either chats or activities or wherever they are, or messages, posts. And you know it because it's got this little icon here. It's a little purple, looks like a little ribbon. That just means, and now when I roll over it, I can unsave this message, or if I click on it, now they're going to stay there until I unsave it. So now this one, I'm going to roll over it. I can click it. Now it's gone. Here's Lisa Jones. I'm going to unsave it. See how it's losing there? So I don't know if you guys have done that before, but go up here on your teams and type in a /saved or /unread and see if by any chance you actually saved something or unread something. I'll give you guys a minute to go ahead and go through that. I'm gonna go back to my teams. I'm gonna go back to Somebody can give me a thumbs up if they, or raise your hand if you want to do that when you had enough time to play around there. But if you like in these chats or in your activity, or wherever you are at, you know, if I'm in my activity here and I go to this one, down here, I'm going to mark as unread just for my, and I remember it shows it in black. So now if I go over here and do that unread, see, it posts that one up. And now I'm reading it, and then now it's probably going to go away after that because I've read it now. And then to take the filter off, you just click the remove thing. And you can do, instead of do that search up there, you can do the same type of thing over over here by clicking on your filter, and you can type unread. Well, there's nothing going to be there. You won't be able to filter now because I don't have anything. But here I could maybe just get to somebody. So maybe I just want to look at any, here's from just filtering it down to here's this Ellis. Now I can go to that one. Or I can go to, let's see if I can turn that off. Filter. Remember, you can filter unread, mentions, replies, or you can type something in. I'm going to go, if I start doing M's, there's all the misters. Because this activity area and this chat area are going to get pretty full. Remember, we're working, especially you guys working in larger groups. That's a great way to, they're filtered from here if you need to, or you, with in our search bar, command bar at the top, that's slash. Remember, you do the /, lots of stuff comes up. You can look at available. You can see who's, you can put yourself busy in chats. You know, just nice little stuff here. Quickly, unread, there's the unread. There's a pop, the org call. You can put yourself as being busy just by doing that. Change your status so that way people won't be bugging you, and you won't be getting notifications while you're working on something because you really just need to concentrate. That's where you can mark yourself that way. You know, the / busy, or you can always do that over here by your little, mine's just I guess a little circle, blue circle, but you can always set your, you're available to busy, do not disturb, be right back, that way. So clicking on your status over here, your availability, and you can change that. Some people like to do commands, so you can do the same thing here. You're busy or away, you know, whatever you're going to be. So my status has changed to being away, but I want to go back to being available. Likewise, I'm going to look at that / member saved. I'm going to bring all my saved stuff up. I still have lots of stuff I have saved, but remember, some of these I don't want saved anymore, so I'm just going to click on them and knock them off. But that's a great way to do that, especially if you're busy and you need to get back to somebody. Just click on whatever it is. Well, this one's been saved, so I can either unsave it. Now I can save it again. Remember, save that message. And I'm not sure the biggest difference between saved and unread, but save's kind of nice if you really want to get back to it because you're forced to unsave it. So if you accidentally, you just unread something, but then you click on and read it, but then remember it goes away. It's not marked any longer. So maybe that saves a little bit. It's a little bit more thorough. And that way you really have to unsave it in order for you to go away. Carmela, you can't get any sound. She's saying. Oh, she must have went out. Maybe she's gonna come back in because now she's not in the meeting. Some people, I think, actually have dialed in instead of using their audio because my PC laptop, I don't think has a microphone built into it. So the Mac's doing the Zoom training, and I'm just sharing my PC, hosting it over there now. But the sound's all coming that way. But some people, I think, dial in, which is fine. Any questions so far? Let's pause for a little break here. We got 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in. Let's do a little break. Someone have a question? You want me to redo a feature. Let's go ahead and take a little time here. And if you can type in the chat if you're good, so I know that you're good, or if you want to type your. Patrick's good, all right. Don't be afraid to have me show something over again, because this is like the final here. We're getting up for our final test because, and you guys do have my email address. I think I'll put it here again. It's just tjorns@gmail.com. You guys want to write that down or copy and paste it into Notepad or something like that? That's great. And that way, if next week or next month there's Dad, I need help because I forgot how to do this, feel free to email me. I check my email a couple times a day while I'm at work or on the weekends. I don't live on it, but because I'll be at work, I'll use my illinois.gov instead. Everybody seems to be okay. Anyone else want to get back and say you're good? Show something else? Chelsea, all right, got a thumbs up. We're good. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. This command bar at the top or search bar is kind of nice. If you want to quickly type to somebody, we do the @ and I'm going to start typing. E. Ellis. So it brings it up there, and I'm going to say, how are things going? Hit my enter key, and boom, I sent that message. Just got. Now I can hit the enter button to view in the chat, I guess. So now it just bumps right over to Brian Ellis. We're in the chat. Brian, can you send something back to me? There we are. Great, thanks. Because remember, the chat room is actually when typically you're just doing a one-on-one. That's when you're chatting with somebody. Whereas in the teams, and we're in the channels, and everyone can respond and reply back to that. But a chat is just between two people, even though you can see it now, because we're doing it. But go ahead and chat somebody up quick. Let's take a little time, make sure we're used to that chatting. Got a ding dong, so it must be something people are chatting. Just pick your favorite person or your least favorite person and chat them up. If you want to send a chat to me, that's fine, but let's make sure everyone knows how to do that chat. All right, I'm assuming everyone had a chance to do that. The chats. Remember, when you're in the chat area, you give a filter, so you can filter just to get to certain people. If you want to just see those, I want to look at Shu, that it pulls them up. There she is. I can see that chat, because eventually this is probably going to get pretty long, is my guess, as you're working along. Activity, always filter there too. It's got some built-in filters, remember? So depending on what you're on, and by doing stuff up here in our search bar, it's going to jump me over that way. Remember, whenever you see the person's little circle and their initials, when you roll over it and hover over it, remember, you can do things. You can quickly do a chat with that person. If you're not in the chat area, you can email a message. You can do an audio call with that person. Let's see who else. I think Michael sometimes, you can, if you have video going, you can do a video call, but this is how you quickly call somebody. Hello, Michael.
Good morning.
Good morning. See, that's an easy way. I don't know if people are like me, but sometimes if they send me an email, they give me directions like to make an update to a website. And some people are more articulate when they're in their writing. Maybe it makes sense, but to me, when I write something, it makes sense in my mind. But that sentence structure, whatever, it's harder for the other person to interpret it. This is a great feature now because what I would do if I got someone an email or I'm working in Teams, I would quickly jump to a call with that person and say, hey, did you mean this? Because now I can show them what I'm doing. And oh yeah, I meant highlight this and now put that picture in there. So that's what I like about this feature. You can quickly get to somebody without using a phone, so to speak. It's just right here. So now when I want to hang up, I'm just going to hang up. See you later, Michael. Now we go away. Remember to do that, just roll over somebody's, I don't know what you call that, and you pop up right there. Quick little, I really like that feature. And you can do it from just about anywhere. I'm over in a chat room, I roll over and I can get to the same features. I can do that. I'm in Teams. I roll over once again. Oh, Martha put a picture up there. That's nice. So I can quickly get to those things right there also. Wherever you see those, that's where you're going to be able to do those. That's a very nice feature. I don't know. Have you guys, in your version of Teams at work, how many different teams do you have right now? Can anyone tell me? It's not, what do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 teams created. What do you guys have? Or don't you guys have anything really in your teams, in your teams thing yet? Anybody? You have 4. Okay. So that's not, remember if you want to rearrange these things, remember we just pick it and just drag it. So I want to put my playground 2 up to there. That's an easy way. Just, of course, I'm anal, so I have to put mine in order that way. But just by clicking and dragging and dropping, you guys can do that on your side too if you want to. Go over to your version of Teams, or and go ahead and do that. Just drag one around, order your team a little bit, because maybe you want to put the most important things at the very top, and that way you can get to it faster. So take a 30 seconds and just drag your stuff around. You can't hurt it. You can't actually put a team inside of a team. It grays out and it won't let you do anything besides that. See, it's just moving it. Now I can move it. I'll give you 15 more seconds just to drag one. Patrick Campbell says they have 8. Well, that's good. That's 8 teams they're gonna fit here. But once you expand your team, then see they start going down. That it depends on how many channels you start creating those things. So they can get pretty long. That's why I'll move them that way. Leave my playground 1 open. They get to know you. There was a new response there. See how that was bold before. So now we have Michael. Okay, let's see. DCEO staff must ask Levi to set up the teams and the channels. So you guys can't create channels on your own either. I didn't know that. I thought you could create that. Yeah, and Patrick says his compresses the hidden names. And I like that. That's a good feature when he just drops down. Those arrows go down. That's just nice. Then you can close it down because everything's going to pop up either in your activity or chat when something else new comes in. Remember, they get highlighted. So if I at Martha. If I can type today. Remember, I did the at Martha. So now she's going to have over in her either activity or someplace, it's going to be a little, or actually by the, someone give me an at Todd Jones. Give me an at once. I'll remember the little red circle shows up by the team and also I think by the channel. Can somebody hit me in either playground It's a race. Who's going to win? Okay, Keelan, where'd you put that one? I thought when we do an @ it actually pops up, a red circle comes up, and maybe that feature's not working. I'm getting text messages. Well, one once to see if something happens. I'm going to @ yeah, I just did a @ Todd Jordan. See how my chat got this now 1 here because I went to a chat. That's just telling me that someone uses that @ sign and it brings it up. So now when I click on it, the chats are there. Mr. Teams, it's still there. So he was the last one, and I said, hey there. So that's you just beware of that little circle. That means someone actually drew your attention. So if you guys want to up here, just do that. All I did was @ and I can type in hello. And now it should be, that circle should come up in that person. Remember these arrow keys, it's kind of nice. If you just want to back up because you missed something, it jumps. It's almost like being like a web browser type thing where it just, here's the last page you're at, but you can always back up by using those things up here. Because sometimes you do something up here and it pulls up something. I have no unread, but then I just want to back up to where I was before because I want to go back to here. So it's a quick way. Remember those little forward and backward arrows are a very handy little feature. Another little trick is that on a channel, you can remember there's ellipses here. You guys can't add a channel. So I mean, you guys don't have, here's what I have right now, but you guys don't have this add a channel, but you probably can add can you add a member? Can someone let me know about that? Martha says unable to respond on Teams. It might be how I entered the meeting. Yeah, can you, as long as Martha, you can see what I'm doing, we're fine. So you guys may not have all these features to add that. So that someone may have to add those for you. Another little shortcut is if you got lots of these things, you can do the / go to, boy, let's try that again. Go to, hit enter, and now it's going to ask you for the team. So I'm going to do playground 3, boom. Now it jumps you right to there. So lots of little shortcuts to do that. And I'm assuming if some people in big organizations may have 50 different teams out there, they're all a part of, in some way or another. So you can quickly use that up there, just go to, and it's keeping some of the stuff that I've done last saved. That's kind of nice. Remember I did Brian before? I showed this before, but it's a nice little tip. Let's go back to playground 1. Some get to know. Here's a lot of ats now going on there. That's good. Okay, Chelsea says you can add a member. So that's good. So you guys can add team members. And what we haven't done that yet, but remember when you add a team member, let's just do that to make sure you guys know that. You can start typing a name or a group. Remember somebody from outside your organization, you just, I can't do that. I'm going to tjorns@yahoo.com, make a fake one. But now I'm going to be doing as a member or as a guest. So, I just, then what's going to do is going to send an invite to them. So that's how you'd add somebody. So whatever team you're on, you're going to add a member. And what's going to, if you start typing a name, it'll just remember, because we have, these people might not be, both of these people are on the team. So but you can have people not on a specific team yet if you create a new one, but they may be members of your whole thing going on. These are people like, you invited, but not necessarily, you didn't put everybody in all these different teams. But that's my big list of people who I invited. That's what's over here. That's always kind of handy. Once again, you roll over their icon and you can either call them, you can send them a quick little chat. That's another little feature, grabbing it right over there. And I'm, that we talked about that rich text editing by using that format button down here. I'm not sure how important it is but maybe you do need to have, you want to bold some words or make it red or so it stands out so people get it. So that's certainly, that's a handy feature, but for the most part, you're just going to be replying back and forth to each other. Oh boy. I'm not used to typing on my PC laptop compared to my Mac, a little different. Remember some of these things when you're going to reply to somebody. You can add the emoji, you can add the gift. There's some, is it a sticker? There's lots of little things just to make it fun and a little bit more exciting. Maybe brighten someone's day. Don't forget about those things down there. You can praise somebody. That's an app. We don't want to do that. Just send it. All right. If you're a supervisor, you want to just send something, a little praise thing to a person directly. That's a nice way to do to make people happy, feel better. Okay, we are coming up on about 18 minutes to go. Let's take a little. I'm going to stop here. I want for people, if they can, what other things? Let's do collaborate. Let's do that. If that's okay, should we the last 15 minutes or 20 minutes, should we work on collaborating together to review that?
Yeah, that would be great, Todd.
Okay, so let's go down to our add a file to your posts. And let's go with one of these. Does everyone get over here now? Let's go to your file. We're on Playground 1, add a file to your post. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and click on our 11 best Microsoft Teams tips and tricks. When I hover on this, remember, and Michael, let me this, I'm on a PC now. So now I have edit in Teams, open in a browser, download, get link. Is this what you guys have now? The same as? Or do you,
yes. If you go to the Files tab,
okay.
if you click on a file there, you'll get those options after you open it up. So if you open up the document.
Yep, like clicking on it?
Yeah.
See, mine goes right to the editor. You always get some other, you had some other stuff that came up.
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe that, the difference could be, and I'm not sure, but you guys have a better version because you got your apps came from the state of Illinois, and maybe there's a few more features in it because I just have the free one that I downloaded, and there may be a difference that way.
Well, would you like me to start my screen? I can show people how.
Yeah, let's do that because because if that's what they're seeing like you, yes, please do that.
Okay, so you'll have to get your rights to share. That's only going to co-host.
Does it, we don't see your screen yet.
No.
Do I pause share, new share?
You have to stop your share first.
Do I have to maybe hit you over here? I'm just gonna make you the host.
No, right now, we're still seeing your screen. You have to stop your share.
Okay, I'll stop my share. And now now we'll allow you to do it?
Yes.
Okay, yep. That's right, I'm the host, so I take over. Because I put, yep, here you come. It's up, Michael.
So you all see my teams now?
Yeah, so you gotta go to your files tab, right? Oh, you go up there, okay.
So if you go, just open up file, and like everything in Microsoft, there are 10 different ways to do the same thing. So you could do it from the ellipses. You can edit a document in Teams, open it in a browser, or open the desktop app. And if you edit in Teams or the browser, you don't get the full Microsoft Word menu across the top. But if you open it in the desktop app, you do. However, if you start editing in Teams and realize, oh, I need more functionality, you can flip over to the desktop version on the fly.
That's nice. Hey, also there you have your, it's open in SharePoint. So you have more features built into yours than I have, because I don't have the full version of Office 365 like you guys do.
Okay, so I'm gonna just open up this Teams document. And when it comes up, if you look at the upper right-hand corner, you have this edit option. And the drop-down box allows you to edit in Teams, open the app, or whatever. Also, if you want to have a conversation in like a chat with the document, hit the little chat icon over here, and then you could type comments back and forth. Like if you're in a situation where you can't talk, or you're not on at the same time, you could leave a note over here to say, Todd, this is an example. Stay there. So you're not making a comment in the document itself, but it's over here in the conversation if you want to type anything explanatory or anything like that. So let's go ahead and edit this in Teams. And it comes up, so my cursor's in here. If you'll note here, it says I'm editing. That means if I make a change, notice it's not on track changes. So no one would ever know, unless they're very intimately familiar with the document, that was a change. I'm editing this document like I own it. If you change to reviewing, this is very similar to Google Docs. That turns on the track changes feature so that you can see any deletions or edits or adding comments. And you also, if you hover over the edit, you can see who made the edit. So if you have a question about it, you can go in there and put a comment, or otherwise, at least you know who made it. I see other people are joining here, so I would encourage everybody, go to this document and pop into it. Brian or Crystal's in it now. I thought Brian may have hopped in. Yeah, Brian's in there. Mr. Teams is in there. So we have 4 people in here now, and you can see as people join in, their cursor shows up in the document. So somebody go ahead and change something in here. So there's Mr. Teams, there's Brian Ellis. Yeah, so more people are coming in. So this is the beauty of this. You can have a bunch of people looking at the same document and having the ability to change it at the same time, or in sequence, however it works out. But this is super handy, and it eliminates the problems of making changes to documents that have already changed and you didn't get the latest change and you're making edits to an original version. So all of those headaches go away if you do it like this. If you want to view the file without editing it, just change to viewing, and then, so I'm out of it. I'm just looking at it now. So if you're following my screen, all those things that were going on up here, showing the other people in it disappeared, and I'm looking at the static version. We'll go back to edit. Oh, and while I was away, it tells me that other people made changes. So that's the beauty of this also. It makes it very obvious that you're looking at a different version, and it lets you know who made the changes. So that's cool.
Yep.
And then again, I'm editing this in the Teams version. So if I want to flip to the desktop app, just click on this. And it takes me right into it. But even though I'm editing it in Teams now, I still see that other people are in the document and making edits.
Yeah, this is one of the most powerful things with Teams is that, working on a document like this, especially if it's a long document, everyone has to put their input into it, and like you're tracking the changes. This is awesome. Because otherwise you got to send it, or you guys use SharePoint too. You can put a file up there, but this is kind of neat the way it works right all inside everything.
Yeah. So like Brian Ellis just made this edit. In the end, you'll be more productive. Maybe I can highlight that, right click, add a new comment. So then an actual comment. So this comment is embedded in the document. If I didn't want to do that in the document, I could open up the comments or the conversation tab up in Teams, which I can't see now because I'm embedded fully in Word. But I could open this up in Teams and put that conversation out to the side.
Hey,
So
Michael,
yeah, go ahead.
Your screen on my screen is kind of locked up. It's on the all done. You can close this file now. I can't see anything else. Maybe because when you open the app, it may mess something up because you're not sharing that part of it.
It might have.
Okay. Now that you went going back. Okay.
Yeah. So hold on.
Yeah. Now we're back. Yep. That's what it didn't. Zoom didn't like that.
Okay. Got it.
You're good now. You're back. We're seeing your screen up now. You're on you have your full version of Word open now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. It's there.
Okay. So let me get out of this. And
Yeah, you just gotta, because you were sharing the Teams, not the Word app. That's why you gotta switch over to that. Yep, I understand.
got it. Okay, now I'm back to where I need to be. Hold on.
In a second, yep, it's coming.
Okay, so see, Crystal went in and made changes.
Yep.
So,
I encourage everyone to go in there, get in there if you haven't done that yet, because that's important to be able to know how to do that. It's very simple. You can get to that document from the Files tab. You can get it from the Teams. Remember where we found it in Teams? There's different places you can get to that same file. It's sitting out there.
well, if you notice, I was talking about I made a comment here. You don't see it overtly, but you see this little comment icon here. That tells you that okay, somebody added a comment within the document. You click on it, and then the comment shows up. And you can reply to the comment if you wish, or delete it. Since I started the comment, I can delete it. So I would encourage everybody to start playing around with this, just in small groups. And when the time comes when we have to work on something big, like say a state plan or an annual report or something like that, we'll be prepared. And it's much easier than emailing versions back and forth to each other. So I'll stop sharing now unless somebody has a question and wants me to show them something again.
Yep. Before you go, Michael, does anyone have a question? You want to show something over again? Let me know. I'm not seeing anybody. And that's, I'm pretty sure that's what the thing is, because this is all I have. I don't have those other features that Michael was showing, but I said this is the free version, and I'm not using Office 365, so it's not tying into anything else there. And I can't, it won't allow me to get to the Word app either. So it's editing Teams or opening a browser, which seems kind of odd, but whatever. Oh, yeah, activity, Mr. Reply. I filed you. Remember, you can get to a file through here, open it up. You can get to a file, the same ones right here, and I'm just gonna now edit the Teams open. So there's two different ways, you know, to get to that document. Or the other way would be, remember, I guess if we need to show this, you can actually, this one's not gonna, I don't know. Oh yeah, make this a tab. Remember, if this was so important that I wanted in this channel, add a file to post, I'm gonna say make this a tab. So now up here, there, now it's a tab. So if I go back to my posts in this channel, I can quickly get to that Teams training June 2020. Now, boom, I'm in, there's a document now, I'm in it now. Because it's so important, because it might get lost in the channel and all the different messages that are coming. So I think it's good to maybe add it as a tab if you need that feature. I'm going to now, you can rename it because it's too long. I can just, you know, I can change the name of that, the settings. I'm going to remove it for now. So you can see that. And remember in our, the training team, we did the same thing. We put an Excel tab up here. Our PowerPoint, we put a PowerPoint tab. Remember to do that. You can actually add, and you can say, I want to put an Excel document. I want to put a PDF here. I say yes. Then I'm going to go find it. I don't have a PDF here right now, so it's not going to find it. But that's how you can throw a Word document up. It wants PowerPoint, back, Word. But that's how you add channel. And like I said, once you do something, you can actually pull those off too. That's very handy. Go ahead.
I need to mention, for those of you that have used Google Docs, editing documents in this works the same way. You do not have to save the document. When you make an edit, it automatically saves and updates. So just be mindful of that you don't have to actually go file save or save as to give it a name. The edits stick when you make them, the comments you make stick.
In Teams, and you're saying it's being saved automatically.
Yes.
And now, let me open up another document. Oops. Is there a way to, yeah. I'm just opening this up again, edit in Teams. I'm just wondering, because I'm thinking out loud here. If I do something here, let's bold that for some reason. Is there a way that I can say file save as out of here? Yes. So I can save as, rename, download a copy. So if I want to make a master, make sure I want it, you can certainly do that, you know, because when it's in Teams, everyone's having at it. You still can from the file, you know, save as. You can, I don't know what transform would be, but, and you can also create new. So there's some options still there. That's good. Okay, I'm showing we got just a couple minutes left. Is there anything that you guys want me to show or go over one last time? Let me go to my Zoom here. Get my participants out. And also my chat room. This is it. Okay, Patrick had to go off to another meeting. Does anyone need anything else to be shown? Okay. Well, I appreciate everybody having most of you guys for 4 weeks now, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do next Friday without having one of these trainings going on. But I guess I'll find something else to do. If anyone wants to hang around For a bonus, I would like to maybe just show a couple different things for Windows 10 tips and tricks. It'll probably take 10 minutes if someone wants to hang around. If you have to go, that's fine. But I just want to make sure you guys have these simple tips that I think I use quite a bit, depending on what you're doing with your and the things I'm going to show you is snip and sketch, a full screen capture, a single window capture, just quickly and easy do these things. Then you can paste it into 3D Paint, and that's how you get a graphic or get something off a window. Adding apps or programs to your taskbar. I didn't know if you knew your calculator thing. It's got there's 4 different calculators on your computer if you need something like that. And we'll go with that. So whoever wants to hang around, if not, thank you everybody. Who wants to take off, it's fine. I don't take off. If you got 5-10 minutes, you want to learn some Windows 10 chips, let me know and hang here and I'll show you. Are you guys seeing my screen? You guys are still here, somebody? Very helpful, okay. People are still here. First thing I'm gonna show you. Go ahead.
We're still seeing it, Todd.
Okay, good. You got my full screen now. I checked my Mac to make sure you're seeing it. So now here I am. Here's something quick and easy. This under your window here, if you scroll down to the S's, there's a little thing called snip and sketch. So you can click on there and open it up. But the other thing you can do is you remember your Windows button? You have the Shift button, Windows Shift S, it pops it up. So now you can either do a rectangular snippet, you can do a freeform snippet, you can do just a window snippet or a full screen snippet. So let me open something else up here to show you the differences. Here's a full screen edit. Now if I just click on it, oh, I took my bar. That's pretty funny. But that's a quick way. I just snipped it. And now you'd want to actually you have to save it. You'd want to save it because otherwise it'll go away. So I'm just going to close it off. So I'm going to do the Windows key, Shift S. This time I'm going to do a rectangle. So I just want to get these 2 things. Boom, pops it over here, double click. Now I have my graphic and I want to save as. Typically you want to save as, there's a snippet sketch. It creates a folder for you. You can actually just go right in there. Or that's saying that's an open, sorry. Oh, saves over here. Isn't that weird? Why wouldn't you put your save button over here? Here's how I save it. And now I want to put it inside my snip and sketch. So I just click save. Boom, you're done. If I had a window open, I'm going to make this down a little bit. Oops, let's make my screen down. Now if I do that Windows Shift S, I just want to do the window. I hover over which window, boom. Now it just took the window rather than the full screen. Pretty helpful. You ever used that before? If you want to do like a screenshot, your print screen button, usually on the keyboard, it's in the upper somewhere. I hit the print screen. Nothing happens because the old days, it would physically print your screen. Now I have down here, I have this thing called Paint 3D. Open it up, click New. I'm going to do my Control V for paste. And now I just got my screens there. And now you can save it and do something else with it. So this is a nice little tool that does that, to save something too. The other thing, if you hold down your Alt print screen, the Alt key, print screen, I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to open up my 3D again and do my Control V paste. Notice what it did. Since I had that window open, I told it the Alt says grab the window, not the full screen. So I quickly just did that. So if you had multiple things open, I guess I should have left that open. So I have two things open here. If I do the Windows Shift S, you notice what it did? It took the window that's in the front. So you just got to make sure whatever you're doing, that's in front. So I'm going to close that one, minimize that down, and go there. Pretty handy. Did anyone ever use that before? Chelsea likes that feature. That's good. So remember, just write that down. I mean, it's a Windows Shift S, but you can always go open up from over here. Now, you notice that I have this, I don't know if you guys do this, but you can actually, some applications that I use all the time, I want to put down on my taskbar, and see, I put that one there. So I'm just going to actually unpin from the taskbar to put anything over here. You find it over here. So I can go by Paint 3D. I right mouse click on it. I want to do the more, and I want to pin the taskbar. And now, boom. And now you can move it. If you want to move it someplace else, you can move it down there. So go ahead and do that. Whatever application you want to throw down there, because maybe you use Word a lot. Maybe you use Photos a lot. Remember, right mouse click, drop down to the more, and now you pin to the taskbar. And then if you want to get rid of things, just click on that and say unpin from taskbar. I'll give you guys a minute to do that. Everyone get a chance to do that? So remember maybe what did I do that? Did I do that to see once? Okay, one last feature I want to show you. I know I just found this out the other day. You have your calculator, and most people just click on that calculator and boom, it brings up your calculator. Go ahead and right mouse click on that calculator. Right mouse click, look at this. You have a standard, a scientific, a programmer, and a date. That's a date calculation. That's not as fancy, but the scientific calculator. Oh, did I do the wrong one? Calculator. Yeah, so it's got this old fancy thing that I don't know how to use. But there's a fancy one. Go to my calculator. I didn't open up the programming one yet, but that might be, oops. Maybe you can only have one calculator at a time. Oh boy, hex, deck, oh boy, that's pretty fancy too. Well, anyway, that's something new that, there's a lot of little hidden features in Windows, and then on the Mac, same thing. They have this stuff, and if you never really read about it and come across it, it's like, well, I didn't know that had that feature. Man, that's pretty handy. Let's go back to my sharing of Teams. Anyone have any questions or want me to show that one, a feature again before I leave this? Someone could type in the chat box, you're okay or great. But I will review it if we need to. Or anybody want to pop on and say you're okay? Somebody speak to me. Let's go back to Teams. Let's go back to Files. I'm 11. I can't do it from there. I'm going to Teams share. Are you guys back to my Mac now? What I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to quickly, I'm on the Mac side now. Go to Teams. Oh, I got to close this out. We got that. Let's go to Teams. I'm on Teams. And let's go add a file. And we're going to how to become a team super user. That's the document I was doing, I'm working off of today for the things. Let me do another one here called Windows 10 Tips. I think I can get this. Tips and tricks. Let's do attachment. Let's upload from my computer. Did I not put it in my folder here? Let's go desktop. Windows tips and tricks. Open. And what I'm doing, then I'm going to send it to you guys. So now those two documents, the ones that we just went over, I got the hotkeys so you guys can remember it. I can open it up and show you, I guess, so you guys can click on it too. What are we thinking here? But just in case you couldn't remember the things, I just put what it is and then what it is you need to do. The print screen button, the alt print screen, and then it just shows you different things. So you guys can have that document free of charge. Just give me a thank you or whatever else out there. That's fine. But any questions before I go? Oh, I kept you. I said 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes, so I don't want to keep you guys all day long. But if you want something or you have a question for me, I can certainly answer that for you. So otherwise, if you want to, go to the chat box and tell me if you're going to be going or saying bye or whatever, so I know you guys are leaving. Or if you just pop off, I guess I can see you going. But thanks a lot, you guys. I had a lot of fun these last 4 weeks. I'm going to miss you guys. I'm going to find something else to do, I guess, on a Friday from 9 to 10 or 9:15 or 9:30. But from when we started, it was a little crazy. Our stuff wasn't working, popping in with that the WebEx stuff or the GoToMeeting. So I'm glad we got the Zoom working out, and maybe training next year we'll have to use it again. But thanks, everybody. You guys have a good day. Take care. Have a great weekend. Even hopefully it doesn't rain all weekend, but take care.
Thank you, Todd. Take care, everyone. And I did want to remind everyone that today's OET training will be uploaded to our ICSPS website on Monday. And then last week's OET training will be uploaded today if you would like to access those. And there will be a survey going out via email later on today or first thing Monday morning. So make note of that as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody.